Are you?
Will there people show up here? Will it?
Yeah, right here.
Is there?
Right.
Is there lights? Just after.
Okay.
Much quicker.
All right. Let's see if I can get on here.
This is much quicker. It's much quicker.
All right. Let's see if I can get on here.
Betty. Yeah. There's
Sorry?
Three good.
I feel like I've got a dirty nose. I think it's
apparently
just...
got dirty feet. We were told.
Easy. Please get have Ricardo's. Because I can't get it on the.
It's computer.
On the. I don't. On the iPad.
There you go.
Wow, we have 7 people already.
Good.
Hey, hello. Oh, look. We
got
popped up. We've popped up.
Right.
Okay.
There we are.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to try and read the messages from here. Tap the bell to adjust your... No, I don't want to do that. Tommy asks, what percentage of wildebeest do you think get across the river, and why don't you see any zebra crossing?
Oh, boy. Two questions in one. That's good.
Hello, Ali. I think that's nice to see. That's nice to see you from Thompson's. And the JH family. Hi, Tommy.
JHs.
Hi, Sammy. Hi, Mama. All right. Well, look. Why don't we start with Tommy's question, Ricardo? What percentage of wildebeest do you think get across the river, and why don't you see any?
Do you want to do this?
And why don't you see any?
Do you want to do this one? We see lots of zebra crossings, but mainly in town.
In town?
On the roads. I have to say that. You do, actually. At the moment, we're seeing mainly wildebeest here, but I think in a couple of weeks, some mixed herds, which I think is great. Apparently, posh photographers they like what they call them pure crossings. They don't like zebra to be mixed in with the wildebeest, but we will.
Oh, I like zebra in the wildebeest.
I think it's
really
great.
nice.
Yeah. So you do get them. They're just only wildebeest. I mean,
Yes.
we haven't seen any zebra there.
Very few, but really, it's like small individuals that are within the herd.
I haven't seen a single one cross yet. Have you?
No.
Okay, not yet.
Not
But
yet.
it will happen. And what was the other one? What percentage? Nearly all of them make it across. It looks horrific, but nearly all of them. So I'm going to say point something make it across. But I haven't studied that, but that's my guess.
Okay,
Great question.
We've just had a point from someone called Jules Knocker.
Oh yeah.
You may know Jules.
I've met her. Yes.
Jules is our what's the word? Anyway, she makes sure that we're
Cracks the whip.
yeah. So actually, we're not starting yet because we said we'd start at 5:30, and we actually got started about 3 minutes early. So
I think it says 5:30 on there.
Yes.
Okay, now it's 5:30.
Now it's 5:30.
Okay, so now we can start. Oh, hi everyone.
Sorry, Jules. Won't happen again.
Jules, his fault. His fault, by the way.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
knows that.
Okay, answer the first question. First thing is hello to everyone who's signing in. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah,
we
thanks
really
so much.
appreciate it.
We love it.
And well done for you lot signing in so on time. Good job.
Yeah, but before time, apparently.
And before time. Yeah. So to answer Tommy's question, you said, Ricardo, 99.
I think 99% plus of wildebeest actually make it across the river. It's grim when they don't. You do notice those ones because it's not nice. But nearly all of them make it across just. And then in terms of your question about zebra crossings, the zebra do cross. We just don't have any zebra herds down by the river at the moment. But they will happen. Thanks for the question.
Yeah.
Good question, Tommy and Sammy.
Yeah.
And while we're on Tommy and Sammy, they have another question. When the impala broke its, did it hurt? John B.
This is the second time we're having the same question.
Is it?
And yes, that we had about the elephants. Is it painful? Yes, it is. Depends on break. You know, if it's on the higher upper part of the horn, probably may not hurt. But to the impala, that's the way we saw the one on the other day. Even sometimes, like now, we see the wildebeest one during the fighting, the males fight. You know, it bleeds. That means, you know, it hurts.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
because it's a bone, isn't it?
It's a bone. It's So it does hurt.
Can I? Okay, let's make that a mission. Let's try and find a skull with the horn. You know, the keratin outside and the bone on the inside, so we can show exactly to John's point.
Yeah. So it's a bit like breaking a bone, really,
because it's a bone inside.
It's a bone inside.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Well done. Thanks for your questions. Hi, Charlie. Have you seen any wild dog on your recent trips? To any of us?
Oh, not on this Serengeti thing.
Yeah. So for me, all wild dogs in Botswana in December. Jumbi?
The last time I saw the wild dog was in April last year.
April last year?
Last year.
Wow.
So I beat you both then.
Yeah.
While I was at Mwiba, the southern part of the ecosystem here. Super. On our way back from the airstrip, I think it was. We're, you know, incredibly lucky right there on our way to a really nice sighting as well.
Oh.
So lucky me.
That is lucky.
Yeah.
Wow. And by the way, and Charlie looks forward to seeing you, Ricardo, with Rixie Safaris. Is that you?
That's
Are
me.
you Rixie
No.
Safaris?
Rixie is the patriarch of the safari.
Oh,
Even older than me, if you can imagine.
Wow.
That's pretty old. That's
so I think the official logo is off-road with... No, it can't be that. Next that.
All right, very good. So I know that all 12 of 13, oh, you're flying in. All of you have got loads of questions for us. Someone's liking your shirt, by the way, Jumbi.
Oh,
that's good, isn't it?
Kevin Doherty.
right. Yes.
Ruth and Kevin?
Yes.
I think that was them. Nice shirt, Jumbi. Yeah.
Thank you.
You see,
Thank
we're
you,
having
Kevin.
some good influence over
Yes.
him. Let's just move that a little bit. There we go. So while we're waiting for your questions, oh, here we go. All right. Any photo tips using autofocus for photography, primarily birds through brush branches? So that's a great question. Tricky focus. Okay, Kevin, you spot focus. Because if you use group focus, you're going to end up focusing on some. So use spot focus if you can.
So I've been struggling.
If you can.
So I've been struggling. A couple of my things have failed because the camera was picking up grass and foreground.
Yeah. So use spot focus, and but if you've got a bird branch and you're expecting it to fly off, then you can still use stationary. But if it's about to fly, you want to put your camera onto bird in flight settings very quickly, because the questions are flying in, obviously. Bird in flight settings, Kevin. Spot group, okay, group focus, continuous shooting. And there's one more. It'll come to me. And F11.
Cool.
Continuous focus, that's the other one. So continuous shooting, continuous focus, group focus points per second, F8 to 11.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Behind the two hoodies in your latest video, there is a little bird jumping up. Can you identify?
I can if I go back to the video, but I don't remember it. Can I go now, please?
No. So, Chris, what will happen, okay, is he will post that on our Facebook page, okay?
Yeah, and you'll get a bit. Didn't notice it.
Chris, did you identify it? Okay, we'll wait to hear from you. Oh la la. We are in the middle of the bush, so if our internet goes a bit off. Hi, Goya. please forgive me if I've got that pronounced wrong. We're going to Kogatende area next weekend. Do you think the migration will still be crossing the river en masse? Goya. Jumbi?
Yeah, well, that is very hard to predict, but the migration is on this side at the moment. So I will say yes, if it's next weekend, you might have a chance to see them crossing.
Yeah. But you've got a very good chance.
Yeah, great timing, Goya.
Oh,
great
yeah.
timing. Nikki is asking me, have I washed my feet? Woo! So,
Oh my God.
yes, I did wash them yesterday. So they're due for another wash.
It says weekly wash is
It's
due any
my
time
weekly
now.
wash.
Long, slender.
Nice to hear from you. Via Jamie.
Yes.
Have you seen any changes in animal behavior due to lack of vehicles?
Well, we had, didn't we? Which usually would be impossible because there'd be vehicles on the road.
Yeah.
So we've certainly seen that. And we were expecting, weren't we, that those cubs behavior yet, I don't think. But you would expect them to grow up not having seen it.
Last trip when I were with clients, we saw them again.
Yes.
They kind of really habituated with.
Okay.
We had one cub went up on the tree and really calm.
Mm.
So I think those, they see their parent, especially for the cubs. If the parents of wildebeest are still crossing the rivers as usual, walk along back and forth.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So,
Lots of that.
a lot of that. So not much of changes on this side.
That's a good question. David, Mark, Eric's bad jokes from Richard. Oh, so early? Yeah, okay, come on.
This actually involves a really... No, I banned him from watching. And just couldn't, just not a happy kind of person at all. Would not laugh at any of my jokes. So I lined up 10 of my best puns to see if any of them would make him smile.
No.
And do you know what? As you can imagine. So that's your luck, David.
David, please don't ask that ever again. If you like that, pass a thumbs up in that section there. So, Pat Smith. Hi, Pat. In England. I see you not asking me any questions. That's not very nice. That's not very nice. Richard and Jombi, what are your favorite animal sounds and why? Let's start with Jombi. What's your favorite animal sound? And then why? And then give it to us. And Ricardo, you're next.
Okay. My favorite sound is the lion roar. The reason is because it's one of the sound that it comes at night.
You have to do the lion's roar.
Oh,
come on. Come on.
Let me get prepared.
Okay, here we go. Very good, very good.
Very good. Again, am I allowed a non-African animal? Because I think the best animal, turkey.
Try it.
I was having that though.
That's right.
Yeah, well done. Well done. I hope that answers your question. And the second part of your question, Pat, is what has been, to all of you, what has been your wow?
On
Pat,
the series.
Should we do this series? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're included in that question. So what's been your
The only way to get peace and quiet is these three attention.
Right, Eliza, what's your favourite wow moment from this series?
Unbelievable to sit
So what's your favourite wow moment from this series?
without doubt.
All right, nice.
That was
Nice.
pretty mega.
Can I
That
put my
really worked.
headphones back
Yeah,
on
no,
and
you
down
can
you
put-
all out
you
now?
can-
Go back to work to get the next film out.
Okay, Jombi, wow moment.
Wow moment. To me, it would be the wildebeest crossing the river.
Crossing the river.
Yes.
Difficult, really difficult to beat that.
It's a wow because first of all is the mass that they have, the power they have to build, in the decision they have to make to do it, is the mass that they have, the power they have to build, in the decision they have to make to do it,
that is a really amazing. That's to me a wow.
Yeah, true.
Can't
Ricardo,
do that. I think we've had 2 crossings. Am I allowed to go then? Because it's been,
it's up to you.
you know, the really so amazing, you know, that kind of balletic move, but also the grace of the cheetah walking across and the ostrich.
That was nice.
So that was
And
a
the
big thing.
ambivalence of the
Yes.
cheetah.
That was good.
Yeah, I love that.
Good. Very nice.
And are you
But-
not,
and you
God, there've been so many. There's so many. I think I've been so many over the series.
so close in that very enclosed,
in that
because we're
enclosed
sort of
space.
in the woodland
And
there.
the smell and the sounds is amazing.
It's a total, you're surrounded.
It is.
surrounded
It's
by
very
everything.
impressive. So, if any of you,
Yeah.
how are the
We
vulture
do. We
populations faring in the Serengeti? How are the vulture populations faring in the Serengeti?
Relatively better
than the past years.
than most places.
Yes, yeah.
Because of course, Serengeti's faring better because it's a big enough ecosystem of things that are out there. But vultures in other parts of East Africa and the rest of the world are really suffering. Huge decline. And it's a massive problem.
With the Serengeti,
To give you numbers.
from your tents, how do you safely go there in the night, and how do you stay safe? Lou's always very near your tent, so when you come out of your tent, you stand by your tent, you shine your torch around, and there's not going to be any wildlife. If there is any wildlife, then when it hears your zip or sees your light, then it will run away.
Yep.
So that's it. Or if you're very concerned about that, you come and stay in a place like this, which is a lodge, and your loo is in your room.
Oh, also, there's a lot of different types of camping. Like, you know, the one that we had, it was for us that sort of moderate camping. The toilets and showers are with increased glamping.
Yeah. Good question, Michelle. Thank you. Hi, Blake. Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. Prof Cow. He's very professorial. Professorial.
Okay.
Did you fellows notice that looking head on to giraffes that they chew clockwise, but impala chew anti-clockwise? So which way do buffalo chew?
Figure of 8. No.
Doesn't it depend if they're northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere?
The Coriolis effect in ruminants.
Yes.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to find some footage and look at that before I agree with that. I mean, well, you've obviously had a good look. I'll look and I'll try and come up with an answer. I just don't know. Am I gabbling?
Prof Cow is one of the world's leading cow vets. He letters after his name. Just so on that,
would be it'll chew the same way as a cow. Which way does a cow chew? And that's probably your answer, would be my guess.
So it's that way in the northern hemisphere and that way in the southern hemisphere. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Or whatever.
Prof Cow. So do write a note down there if you have some more information on which direction cows or buffalo.
We need it.
Yeah. Daryl Herbert, nice to see you.
It's been a bit spicy.
Yesterday we had a great story.
Yeah. No, it's a great story, but we didn't. It wasn't much time of actually.
Just
very good.
Oh, that's a good question. Daryl, do each of you have a preference of the areas of the Serengeti you've visited during these series? Favorite area of our 3 series? Eliza, which is your favorite? So Eliza, if you didn't hear that, Eliza.
Up here in the southern plains. So that means this series where we are and the first series.
Okay.
So I used to live here, Northern Serengeti, actually right where we are now in the mid-90s, running a camp here back then. So coming to the north is always a very special homecoming. I like the north.
Yeah, and huge expanses of open space with then ridges on the side. So I'm in balance between these copy areas and then those huge open expanses.
So I like the eastern plains, the southern plains. Yeah.
Grumpy old geezer. So, Sammy, hi, Shambles. In all of the series, we'll take that in all of the series. Oh, I know.
Yeah, of course.
Caracal, Shambles, and you saw it too. Yes,
That's right.
Caracal is definitely my favourite.
What is it?
Yeah. I love Ellie's. I always love being in the present. They're majestic. They're regal. They're all. They for me, they embody all the best things about us. They're what we should aspire to be is what an elephant is.
Eliza, favourite animals?
I concur with Richard. Elephants.
Elephants
Sure.
from
Well
Eliza.
done,
as
Eliza.
well. Good question, Shambles. And Simon, let's hope vultures continue to do well in the Serengeti. And I'm so glad that you're enjoying Arnus. Are you going, Kevin Doherty, are you going to do another series after this one?
We hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. Yeah.
We're tossing some ideas around, but we can't. We haven't settled on anything, have we?
Yeah. So we're looking at doing a series in the Ngorongoro Conservation Area. We're also looking at doing a series back here in October, which is sort of the return of the migration. So that could be Cogga 2, the revenge, or the return or something. And then also we want to do another series, the south, for the carving of the Great Migration. And we also want to do a series on Mustique Island in the Caribbean.
Yes, please.
Question. Much of it comes down to funding. So we're keen as mustard. So that's how it's all going to be working. Oh, Diane Humphrey, what settings do you use when in shade? So that's a very good question, Diane. And it's bright sunlight outside and the animal's in the shade. To somehow try and balance the light. And it's very tricky, but the key, if the animal's in the shade, is to try, if you've got a long enough lens, is to photograph the whole animal. Look at what the camera tells you for your settings. So comes if, for example, in the episode 2 of this series, there's a lovely picture of a lion, a male lion on a rock. And I think that was entirely in shade. If you have, say, the head in the shade and the body then exposed, or one will be underexposed. But if you're in that situation and you have to do it, then what you can do is use your exposure compensation button and take a photograph exactly as your camera tells you, and then maybe you go plus 2/3 of a stop. So that's plus 0.7, plus 1.3, and then you go down minus 1/3 of a stop, minus 2/3 of a stop, something like that. I hope that answers the question. Johnson Hicks, message retracted. Tommy, did you say something that Tommy's written something and then retracted his message?
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
We all do that.
So Kevin, again, have you seen tourism?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Like the crossing today, there are several vehicles. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, compared to the first day when we were at the crossing, there was only a few were like 2 or 3 cars.
Yeah.
And today there was numbers of
So if we
vehicles.
compare it to Nabi, when we saw the first series, we saw
No.
2 or 3 vehicles the whole
Yeah.
10 days.
there were 10 days. Yeah.
The Serenary, definitely a few more here. We're finding a lot of people from Dar es Salaam and Arusha, proper bona fide tourists coming back. So please keep them coming. We need you.
Brilliant.
Serengeti needs you.
Soon, very soon. Anyone busy or not busy next month? It's a really nice time to come.
Kevin, come. I'm free.
Kevin, come. I'm also free.
No, you're not free. I'm free.
No, I'm free. So, Kevin, Karibu, you're very welcome. And everybody, just get in touch. And you can get in touch with us by leaving a comment with your name and email address, and we'll ping you a message. Or send us an email at serengetisafari.com. That sounded very good, didn't it?
Yeah.
Very
Well done.
So Simon says, how do you keep all the camera and other devices battery charged in the bush? So, well, Simon, good question. So here we're staying in a lodge, and there are sockets in your bedroom and in the mess area here. So you can charge everything up very easily. So that's one option. And you and me have been staying in lodges before. So that's fine. And the previous two series, we stayed in a mobile camp, it's Harry the Hyrax.
We're wilderness mobile.
A wilderness mobile. And those are really lovely type of camping to do because it's very low impact. It's very mobile. You're really in touch with the bush. And there what they have is a solar panel. So you can charge camera batteries, phones, things like that from the solar panel.
But I wasn't allowed to use my hairdryer, was I?
But also allowed to use your hairdryer. Or John B. his crimper.
Yeah, but also to his question is are built with inverters. So the car have inverters that when we need it or out in the middle of the bush, you can plug and recharge it in.
Because people might not be familiar with that.
Yeah.
Basically, it's taking the 12-volt direct current power from the car and bumping it up to 220 volts. So normal domestic power for not all, most appliances.
Yeah, that's true. So hi, Jen Safaris. Trying to get some more Wageni. Excellent.
Yes. So
for me, yeah? For me?
No, stop it.
Yeah. So. Okay, thank you, Jen. That's really good news.
Good luck with that, by the way, really.
So here we've got a really, really very good message from an old friend of mine working in Australia. No, but he's from Australia. How's that, Scotty? Hey, PJ, how would you describe the smell of burning elephant dung? Good question. So
That's your headache.
Where does that
No. So me and Scotty were on safari in Botswana, and they've been doing some controlled burning, and traditionally elephant dung used to be burnt if you have trouble sleeping, and it has other wonderful and amazing qualities. So I went and I crouched down by this very smoky elephant dung, and I had a very good night's sleep. So I think the word to describe it is pungent, potent, and delicious. Yeah, delicious. And very good for you.
Good to know.
Yeah. So if anyone is ever in Sainsbury's or your local supermarket in California, whatever you have, Scotty, then you could go to excuse me, do you have dried elephant dung? I'd like to burn it to sleep better. Then try. If you find it, definitely try it.
It might work.
It might.
In some communities here, I think even the Maasai,
Yes.
Pregnant women will make a soup from elephant dung. A tea would be right. Yeah, so steep it in hot water, because elephants are seen as browsing on so many different plants, many of which are medicinal. It's easier than going out and finding the medicinal herbs. You just get yourself some ellie poo and make the tea from that. So maybe don't try this at home.
I'm hear from you, and I'm sorry. Anyway, it will reignite.
Exactly.
It will reignite.
But Paolo will happily don a gorilla for you to take
next series.
Next series.
So, Nikki, you'd like to supply a guest for our next episode, next series. We'd love that. For maybe a small, safari fee, an appearance. The Mara River water levels are quite high. How much higher compared to last year? And congratulations on the series. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, John B, Mara River.
Mara River, the water is currently quite normal. Normal. It's slightly low because first of all the river has been washed away due to the rain. that we had this year. So it widened up the river. So the river is much as now we can't even cross to go to Lamai because the edge of the bridge which we used to cross has been washed away. And because those trenches where they used to go have been washed away. So the level of water, it's, I would say, certainly it's normal. It's not normal level currently as we speak. Or what do you?
Maybe a bit on the high side, but yeah, pretty normal. I think the interesting thing is, given how recently,
Yes.
you know, with all that stuff, how quickly it's going down again, and being badly affected. And we know how well forests retain water and then release its, you know, water towers, I think we call them. So, and so it's amazing, given how much rain there's been and how high water levels are, how quickly it's going down. And you know, that might be a cause for concern. We'll see. I think the important thing will be how low it gets. Thanks for that.
Good, great question. Right. We have another couple of questions. Why weren't there crocodiles eating the wildebeest at the first couple of crossings?
We were struggling with it.
Well, I think one thing we haven't seen. There was only on the first crossing. One could be they haven't been eating because probably they are already fed. They're full. Secondly, they are already fed. They're full. Secondly, is probably that the angle that they were, the currents were probably not suitable for them to hunt. I would say.
Oh, it's too currenty.
Yes, and also it's easy when you have a big number of wildebeest going on that speed crossing the river. It's also a challenge for crocodiles to pick. Say it's safety in numbers. When they're all going loud and noisy, it's quite tricky. But we noticed that that crossing point, there were not many crocodiles as other crossing points.
Yeah, maybe the water's deep.
Possibly.
Yeah, but crocs are fine in deep water.
Well, they should be, I suppose, shouldn't they? Yeah. Okay, that was a silly
we
thing to
saw
say.
crocs on today's outing, which obviously will be Eliza's working on now. But
No plot spoilers.
there's no plot spoiler. It's the same. We saw crocodiles.
All right.
He's been silly. Don't mind him. He can't help himself.
All right. So, well, we're tying up toes, or do cats have toes?
Okay. Yeah, 4 toes. You'll see that the cat has a pad, and then 4 toes, a bit like that, and you'll see a dew. So I think, am I right? I hope I'm right in saying that all mammals have got 5 toes. Yeah, 5 fingers, 5 toes. It's just the way it looks. So, for instance, on lots of little, you'll have one big round one. We found one. We found a zebra hoof, the big toe that's in there. But in there, you'll find lots of tiny little bones.
Every mammal has 5 fingers and toes.
Look at a blue whale. Look at the fin of a blue whale. Look at a bat. I think I really hope I'm not missing something obvious here. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
A dolphin?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And
Those fingers and toes of a dolphin.
Concert pianist.
Yeah. So, Emsy, I hope that answers your question. And cats have paws.
Yeah, why not?
Or are you talking about the claw? The claw is like the fingernail.
Exactly.
The toenail.
It is. So you'll find, did we have a photo of the cheetah pad on the first series? We did, didn't we? So you should have that nice cat pad, which is the equivalent to this bit of our hand, with 4 nice oval toes. Yeah, those toe pads, yes.
Brilliant.
I've responded to a couple of people. If I haven't got back to you, for those of people who came in with the right answer, my apologies. But it was
Zebra.
Zebra. Yeah, to give both pronunciations.
That's the American pronunciation there. This is the Tanzanian pronunciation. This is the British pronunciation. Let's see if Scotty can give us a Australian pronunciation.
How's he going to do that?
That's a good point.
It is, isn't it?
Anyway, zebra.
Yeah.
Zebra.
Zebra. It was zebra. Elephant toes? Very much so.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not nearly as.
Oh, what's the difference between a paw and...
Different between.
I mean, if you're saying that a mammal has 5 fingers and toes, well, 10 fingers and 10 toes, then...
Chimp walking, it's a primate baker like us, and we call them. We talk about a baboon's front legs, don't we? We don't talk about hands. Yeah. We keep hands just for ourselves. I don't think there's any real difference. I think the easy one to go for is the difference between a soft paw and a hard hoof. But I think between paws and our feet, I think our feet are basically paws, aren't they? Pause for thought in terms of that one there.
Oh. So Scotty's written it. Zebra. Zeybrah.
Oh yeah, there we
Zebra.
go. There we go.
Zebra.
Zebra.
Yeah.
Zebra. We're just saying zebra in Australian accent. Anyway, Scotty, I think that means zebra. Is that right?
You put a Y in there, so he's adding it on front again. Why not?
Zebra. Anyway, it was worth a go. Thanks for trying, Scotty. Jen, sorry, I meant number of elephant toes as a mammal. So I think that's covered 5.
Yeah. Yes.
On
they're
each.
in there. If you were to look at an X-ray of an elephant's foot, you would see 5 digits in there.
Cool. Cool. Good luck. Hi, good luck. Thanks for the wonderful explanation concerning the elephants.
Yes, but we haven't seen one yet.
Not judging. They're there.
But they're hard to find.
They are hard to find.
Yeah.
There's one called Mama Julie, isn't there? Who's a famous individual. We're hoping to catch up with her one day.
All right, very good. Well, I think we're wrapping up. You know, when you're all coming on safari with us, really. Fucci, Tommy, and Sammy, and Jules, and Jack.
Yes.
Very much looking forward to seeing you here on Friday. Hooray! You're all coming on safari with us, really. Fucci, Tommy, and Sammy, and Jules, and Jack.
Yes.
Very much looking forward to seeing you here on Friday. Hooray!
Friday already.
Yes.
Wow, amazing.
Well,
yeah. That'll be great. That's
And
fun.
gang, thank you all for listening and watching and your brilliant questions and all your encouragements. Every single question and everything we read, and we really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to have your support. So thank you very much.
It really does. You know, it's great coming back each day and seeing those comments, and it just shows that you're watching, paying attention. You come in with these great questions. Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
So bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks
Bye
for
now.
being here.
Bye-bye.
Great shot. Woo! Woo!